Back in 1886, in Magdalena, Jalisco, Mexico, a town full of history, tradition, and magic, a man called Don Delfino Gonzalez created in a simple way the most exquisite tequila for himself and his friends. A tequila that later would be a legend. The legend of Casa San Matias. Tequila, the magical spirit drink that seduces anyone who tastes it, became more and more popular until its fame soon reached numerous countries worldwide. In 1910, a revolution broke out in Mexico, bringing with it economic crisis and unemployment. Many companies were forced to go out of business because of the loss of their patrimonies. Casa San Matias, a strong and decided company, pushed ahead through these hard times. In the 1940s, Casa San Matias changed its location to a new region called Los Altos, Jalisco. Years later, Don Delfino Gonzalez decided to retire from business, and Don Guillermo Castañeda took charge of the company, turning San Matias the leading brand of tequila in different states of Mexico. In 1985, the renowned entrepreneur Don Jesus Lopez Roman took over as director of Casa San Matias. In a very short time, he gave the company a unique stamp of modernity, prestige, and high quality. One of his most important achievements was Pueblo Viejo brand development, which a few years later became the company's flagship brand. Since 1997, Casa San Matias has been under the leadership of Carmen Villarreal, who has worked hard to consolidate the company, expanding San Matias abroad. A company that used to be a modest factory is now one of the most important distilleries in Mexico and the world. Casa San Matias. Standing in front of the Tequilana Weber Blue Agave, Casa San Matias waits patiently until they reach their maturity from 7 to 10 years, and then selects the best ones and keeps them jealously until they achieve the highest level of quality. Once the plant is fully ripe, the harvester, or jimador, begins the traditional process of creating this magical beverage. The agave is removed from the ground, and then the heart of the plant, the piña, is harvested. Piñas are then taken to Casa San Matias distillery, where they are carefully cut into 2 or more pieces so they can be cooked evenly in the brick-and-mortar ovens of Casa San Matias, allowing the agave to be cooked slowly with steam for 36 hours at an ideal temperature of 90 degrees Celsius, turning the inulin inside it into delicious agave fructose. It is now time to let it cool down for at least 24 hours. A perfect extraction of the agave fructose is achieved in the mills of Casa San Matias, with a minimum loss in the fiber of the agave to give it then the unique touch of Casa San Matias, a pressure spray with water from their own springs that gives every drop of our tequilas an unparalleled taste. The juice or sap extracted is known as the live must, which is then put into fermenting steel vats where it will rest peacefully for 72 hours, achieving a perfect conversion of agave fructose into alcohol. The next step in the creation of this tequila is distillation. Now, the dead must is taken to the still to produce the transformation known as dethronement, or first distillation, through a careful process of evaporation and condensation. The alcohol in the fermented must is then extracted to start the second distillation process, after which the heart of the tequila will be poured into oak barrels. The final stage in the art of making Casa San Matias tequilas is repose and dilution, a meticulous process that takes place in white American and French oak barrels where each batch receives special attention. Reposado tequila will rest peacefully for 3 to 11 months. Añejo, or aged tequila, will rest for 18 to 36 months, and extra añejo will wait for more than 3 years to be savored. Once the different tequilas of Casa San Matias have rested or been aged, they go through a bottling and labeling line where our qualified personnel follows the most stringent quality norms certified by the Tequila Regulation Council. Now the wait is over, and the different tequila brands of Casa San Matias are ready to be enjoyed. Our expert tasters verify that the passion, the taste, and the history of each one of our brands can be savored in every bottle and every sip of our tequilas. Our brands have placed themselves among the leading brands of tequila in Mexico and the world. Tequila Pueblo Viejo Blanco, clear as Mexico's pure blue skies. Tequila Pueblo Viejo Reposado, an entire people's history in every bottle. Tequila Pueblo Viejo Añejo, the taste of time in every drop. Carmesí, a smooth tequila that satisfies the most refined palate. Tequila San Matias Gran Reserva, the taste of passion in every drink. Tequila Orgullo, art transformed into tequila, pride turned into a unique beverage. Tequila Rey Sol, two masterpieces under one name. The only work in glass by renowned Mexican sculptor Sergio Bustamante, and a great tequila aged for 6 years. The tradition, the quality, and the history of a company that has prevailed through hard and wonderful times. A company that will continue striving, always to offer Mexico and the world the best tequila. Salud. Casa San Matias.